Finally, we are at the last Dragon Ball Platinum until I have them all. Dragon Ball FighterZ, or is it Fighters, is a back to basics of sorts, going back to the 2D gameplay similar to that of the Budokai games. Granted, this is a bit more complicated than those games, with each fight being a 3-on-3 and having a ton more combos. Before I can do anything though, I first need to get into a lobby. I'm trying to get into an online one, but instead it puts me in an offline lobby. While I'm here, I may as well get an easy trophy. Since this is my first time playing the game, there'll be some quest tutorials I can do. The first one is simple enough. I just need to open it to get a trophy for completing my first quest tutorial. Now I actually managed to get into an online lobby, and when I do, I get a ton of items, including 2 million Zeni, which immediately gets me a trophy for collecting 1 million Zeni. That'll definitely help for the grind later on. There is a story mode in this game, so I'll tackle that first. It's actually an original story instead of the usual one we always get. To my understanding of the plot, clones of the Z Fighters are appearing and causing havoc, while my character is essentially a spirit or soul that can link to different fighters, taking control of them. That's the in-universe explanation at least for how I'm able to play as different characters. The first fight against Android 16 is a glorified tutorial teaching me the basics of the game. After each fight, I get a little bit of Zeni and some XP to level up whoever's on my team. I'll try to play as the same characters so I can focus on leveling them up. Now let's get to the way battles are started in story mode. If you've played Budokai 2, then this will look familiar. It's a board game like map with the boss being across from where I start. I need to make my way to them within the amount of turns I'm given or else I fail. It's ironic how this feature of Budokai 2 was hated so much, it was excluded from the HD collection, yet I've never heard it complained about in this game. I'm just saying, justice for Budokai 2. For this first map, there's only one boss, a clone of Goku. When I start the battle, I get a trophy for causing a special conversation to happen. This is unmissable since Goku is the only character I have on my team. This fight has more tutorials, which, spoiler alert, will happen a lot in the story mode. I beat him and move on to the next map. This is where the game shows me how to save allies. If a battle has this icon next to it, then I can gain an ally by defeating the enemy there. No matter which way I go, I have to fight someone, so I'll just beeline it to Krillin. The fights against Tien and Krillin both have more tutorials. I wish I could turn these off. After I beat clone Krillin, the actual Krillin becomes available to play, so I'll add him to my team. Most of the time, if an ally is too far away, then I won't save them, since the more I move without doing anything, the stronger enemies get, so it's not worth it. I just beeline it to the boss to finish this map. On the next map, I have 2 enemies between me and the boss. After I beat Tien, Ginyu gets absorbed by a cloned Kid Buu. This has a random chance of happening, and a Kid Buu is a lot stronger than anyone I would have fought normally. He's level 13 while my highest level is 2. I'll still fight him since he's in my way, and I'll get a trophy for beating him. Spamming square combos is enough to cheese him. When I beat him, I get a trophy for beating a clone Kid Buu. Now I beat Cell again and move on to the next map. For the next few maps, I'll summarize the highlights since I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. On map 6, I beat the boss and unlock Piccolo, and on map 8, I unlock Adult Gohan. After the boss fight here, I get put into a fight against Android 21 as Cell. She's the big bad of the game, although it might not seem like it because I actually flawlessed her. I'm not good at this game, but the AI doesn't fight back too much. I never changed the difficulty either, this is just the default. I could unlock Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks here, but I'd rather skip an extra fight and just get to the boss. I always want to take the shortest path possible. Can you believe as late as map 14, they're still making me do tutorials during fights? I'm over an hour into story mode at this point, and 1 map away from finishing this arc. Map 15 is a single path leading to a fight against Android 21. She's level 37. That's practically double my highest level. Luckily, like I said before, the AI doesn't fight back or block too much. When she decides to though, oh boy does she do damage. Beating her got me a ton of XP and increased Vegeta's level enough to get me a trophy for getting any character to level 20. Since this was the last battle, I also get another trophy for completing this arc. For the next arc, instead of starting with Goku like before, I'm starting with Frieza. On map 1, I unlock Nappa, and on map 2, I unlock Ginyu. Now that I have a full team, I'll just cruise through maps. Actually, I do unlock Cell after map 3's boss fight, and Cell is my favorite DBZ villain, so I'll add him to the team. When I finish map 4, another fight against Super Saiyan Goku and Krillin happens immediately, and beating them gets them as allies. For the majority of this arc, it's just going to be me bum rushing through the maps in as little fights as possible. Obviously, by doing this, I'll be a bit underleveled. I'm doing fine in spite of it, but when I get to the boss of map 9, that playstyle comes back to bite me. I have Android 16 on his deathbed, then he just turns it on out of nowhere. Nappa takes care of him and Piccolo, then Tien comes out the time chamber with a Zenkai boost. Luckily, he's one shot, but this is the closest I've come to losing so far. Then the next fight I do on map 10 has me against the Sand Squad in another tough fight. I should have lost this, but I cheesed Vegeta out in the end. In a masochistic way, I'm kind of enjoying the more difficult fights, even if it is because I'm underleveled. None of the other fights gave me as much trouble until I got to map 13. This is the last map of the arc, and it's once again a single path leading to a fight against Android 21. I wonder if she'll be as easy as she was before, even though she's now level 51. My level 33 Nappa should have no chance. Yeah, Nappa absolutely destroyed her. Looking back, she didn't hit me once. Where's Tien at? He should be the boss instead. He gave me more of a fight than Android 21 did. Anyway, after that lackluster fight, I get the trophy for completing this arc. For the last arc, I start with Androids 18 and 16 as fighters. These two will be my only fighters for the first 10 maps, so a bit of an artificial difficulty spike with me not having a full team. While I should focus on leveling up now more than ever, it's actually not needed as much compared to before. Both Androids 18 and 16 start at level 21, and the enemies' levels don't scale too much. At the end of map 10, I was the same level as the boss, even though I stayed taking the shortest paths possible. This fight is the closest I got to losing, but it's mainly because I didn't start at full health from taking beatings in other fights. After I beat map 10, I gain Android 21 as an ally and find myself in a boss fight against Cell. Him being 10 levels higher doesn't mean much if he doesn't block. After I beat Cell, Android 21 destroys Android 16 and lets out her evil half, or something like that. I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of this story. What's important is that once I enter map 13, I get all my allies back. Basically all of them are low level since I never use them, so I'll just add Goku to my team and leave it at that. I get to map 15, and this is technically the last map. You'll see what I mean in a bit. Instead of the last map being a single path leading to Android 21 like the last two times, it leads to a fight against some random enemies. Why I said this is technically the last map is because after I beat this boss battle, I'm thrown into another fight against evil Android 21. This is considered map 16 even though it's just a single fight. She's level 50, but again, they don't block often, so the numbers don't even matter. After I beat her, I have one more fight in a 1v1 between Android 21s. From me using Android 21 for most fights, her level had increased to 39. By winning this fight, I got enough XP to level her up one more time, and get a trophy for getting any character to level 40. This was the actual last fight, so after a few cutscenes and the credits, I get the trophy for completing this arc. Now that story mode is done, I'll head to the arcade mode. But before I go there, I'll do a few more quest tutorials. All the beginning ones are just to visit the different modes in the lobby, like the story mode I just did, practice mode, the shop, local battle, and arcade mode. When I visit the arena match, I get a trophy for completing 7 quest tutorials. In arcade mode, there's 3 different courses, Snake Way, Extreme Gravity Spaceship, and the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, each having more fights than the last. I'll start with Snake Way. The enemies here may as well be practice dummies because they don't do anything. I even got a flawless against the whole team. This is the first arcade course, so maybe they want to take it a bit easy on me. After each fight, I get a ranking, and it'd be efficient if I can get an S rank on all of them on my first try. I'd be amiss to say the next fight was easier since I did technically get hit once. I got another S rank, so that's what matters in the end. The last fight definitely upped the difficulty a lot more than I was expecting. I took enough damage to basically lose 2 characters. Hopefully, I get at least an A rank or something around there. A C? Great. While I do get a trophy for completing the Snake Way course, that last fight brought my final rank down to an A. I needed an S. Because this is the shortest course, I'll do it again and try not to slack off at the end. I got an S rank on the first fight and again on the second fight easily. Now let's not mess up on the last fight again. I'm already doing better since Goku is still alive going into Cell. All I need is an A rank and I'm golden. I managed to not lose a single character, so that should be at least an A rank. Even better, it's an S rank, meaning I'm guaranteed to get the trophy for getting an S rank on any arcade course. Now I don't have to care about my rank going forward and just need to finish the other 2 courses. The Extreme Gravity Spaceship course seems to be like Snake Way, with all the fights being easy except the last one. I'm almost down to my last character, with them still having all 3. This is the most down I've been so far. Thankfully, the AI seemed to dumb itself down or something and let my Android 18 basically win the whole thing while she was one shot. That may have been a mediocre fight, but I got through and get the trophy for completing the Extreme Gravity Spaceship course. Can't wait to see how the Hyperbolic Time Chamber course is. The early fights are easy enough for Goku to handle by himself, but now I'm needing Android 18 for the middle ones. The second to last fight is the hardest one so far, with Goku Black now needing to basically do a 3v1. I have no idea how, but he came in clutch and I'm actually moving on to the last fight. Ironically, this is one of the easier fights, with me only losing Goku. That's fine with me. I've had enough close calls with the fight before. I get the trophy for completing the Hyperbolic Time Chamber course and am now done with arcade mode. 2 easy trophies I can get are by going to local battle. I first do a local fight and make it a 1v1 so it'll end faster. As soon as the match ends, I get a trophy for playing a match in local battle. In the same area, I can set up a tournament. I set it so I only have to win 2 matches and the CPU strength is set to 1. I win both matches easily and get a trophy for winning a tournament. The mode I'm going to do next is usually the sink or swim moment for fighting game platinums. It's time for some combo challenges. Not counting DLC, there are 24 characters with each having 10 challenges for a total of 240 challenges. I need to complete at least 200 of them. If I buy some DLC characters, then this trophy is made easier since I'll have more challenges to complete. But I'm not about that life. I'm going to do this with only the base characters. Doing the math, I need to do at least 8 challenges with each character. Then do the 9th challenge with 8 more characters for an even 200. I'm not the best fighting game player when it comes to these. Some games I do them no issue, but other games I struggle. This game is definitely in the former. The first couple of challenges are only a few inputs at most. They don't actually get difficult until about challenge 8 or 9, and even then, with some practice, it's doable without much issue. Now challenge 10, yeah, just looking at that, I'm good. For Goku and Vegeta, I did up to challenge 10. Piccolo, I tried a bit with challenge 9, but I'm gonna move on. During Teen Gohan's challenges, I get a trophy for completing 30 combo challenges, 15% of the way there. After some practice, I do Teen Gohan's 9th challenge, but I'm not even attempting challenge 10. So far, Frieza's challenges are the easiest. His hardest challenge is probably challenge 8 due to the precise timing at the end. The later ones only require a few inputs, so for now, he's the first character I've done every challenge for. That doesn't last long because I've now also completed every challenge with Ginyu. Coincidentally, his hardest challenge for me was also challenge 8. Trunks is also the same case. I finished his challenges with the hardest for me being challenge 8. Cell, I make it to challenge 9 and give up after a few fails. Android 18, same deal. I stopped at challenge 9. At least I tried a few times. I took one look at Gotenks' challenge 9 and said nope. Krillin, I actually got to challenge 10 and managed to complete it after a few tries. At the start of Kid Boo's challenges, I get the trophy for completing 100 combo challenges. Halfway there now. I get to challenge 9 with Kid Buu, and this is too many directional inputs for me. Majin Buu on the other hand, I'm able to complete all of his challenges. Nappa, I gave up on challenge 9. That challenge number specifically seems to be a common issue. Android 16, I make it to challenge 10, and I am not even going to try that. Same with Yamcha's challenge 9, not even going to attempt it. Tien is another character I'm able to complete all challenges with. Adult Gohan, Hit, and Super Saiyan Blue Goku, I'm stopping at challenge 9. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, I make it to challenge 10, but I'm skipping it. I managed to complete all challenges with Beerus, and this is the nail in the coffin. A few challenges into Goku Black, and I get the trophy for completing 200 combo challenges. I still have a few of his challenges left, and haven't even touched Android 21. This was definitely one of the easier fighting games when it comes to combo challenges. One of the biggest grinds in this game is the online portion. Before I get to the main event though, sometimes in the lobby there'll be some players fighting, and if I'm lucky I can get into the spectator stands to watch the fight. not while it's happening, but hopefully the next one if they rematch. I sat in the spectator stand, both waiting for the match to finish and a new one to happen for about 10 minutes. After watching these two players duke it out, I get the trophy for spectating an arena match. I logged off for a bit after this, and when I got back on the game, there was a login bonus. This was enough to push me over the 5 million mark, getting me a trophy for collecting 5 million Zeni. Now let me get to the biggest grind for the online. For ranked matches, there's separate divisions I'm placed into depending on how many points I have. In total, I need 530,000 points. Like I said before, I'm not good at this game, so I fully prepared myself to boost with someone to get this trophy. Slight issue with that though. You see, I've already platinumed this game on PS4. I didn't transfer my save so I could start over and get the platinum from scratch. But it seems the online data is server side, and even though I didn't transfer my data over, all my online data is still here from when I did it on PS4. Meaning, when I did my first ranked match, not only did I get the trophy for playing a ranked match, I also got the trophy for getting 530,000 points. I realize I unintentionally skipped a huge grind of this game because I didn't know the online data doesn't reset, which is kinda dumb in my opinion. I'll try to make up for it later. For now, I'll continue with the online. I need to play a few more ranked matches, but I can't seem to find any. Probably because of my high ranking, but it's not even that high comparatively. They're still 10 ranks above mine. I spent over 10 minutes waiting for a match and found nothing. Even better, I was kicked out of the lobby. This happens a lot. I either can't join a lobby, or if I happen to find a match, then I get disconnected after it ends. This happens after almost every match I manage to find. I don't know if the servers are messy after a few years, or if it's me, but I got disconnected about 20 times. After about an hour of searching and disconnecting, I finally get the trophy for playing 10 ranked matches. Now I have to do it again. This is so annoying. Through more disconnects and just sitting in the lobby waiting for minutes on end, I play more ranked matches until I get the trophy for playing 20 ranked matches. I hope you didn't think I was done sitting in a lobby and getting disconnected, because now I have to do that again, but this time for casual matches. You'd think I'd find matches a bit easier since ranking doesn't matter for these, but nope, I still sat here waiting for nothing to happen. Scratch that, something did happen. Multiple times. When I was lucky enough to find a match, all I had to do was finish it to get a trophy for playing a casual match. Now to find 19 more matches, or if I'm lucky, I'll get some rematches, if I don't get disconnected after they end. After suffering through these awful servers, like I said, I don't know if it's me or the game, I eventually get the trophy for playing 10 casual matches, and later on, the trophy for playing 20 casual matches. The last online match type I need to do is arena matches. Like before how I had to spectate one, this time I'm the guinea pig fighting. What's weird is how my ranked points data was stored server side, but I still had to do 20 ranked and casual matches. That sounds normal and is expected that the games played would be on my actual save data. The point I'm making by bringing this up is that when I finish my first arena match, not only do I get the trophy for playing one arena match, I also get the trophies for playing both 10 arena matches and 20 arena matches. I don't know why these matches specifically are kept server side, but it confused me for a bit. The last online trophy is at least a simple one. I have to head to the top left of the lobby to this TV. Interacting with it lets me watch replays of fights. While I'm watching a replay, I can use Z stamps, which are basically stickers that show up during the fight. Using any gets me a trophy for using a Z stamp while watching a replay. Now we get to arguably the biggest grind in any Dragon Ball game. At the moment, I'm at about 5 million Zeni. I need to eventually get to 20 million Zeni. There is a glitch that apparently works on login bonuses to get them infinitely by switching the internet off while logging in, but I'm not going to do that for two reasons. One being that, according to this guide, it no longer works on PS5 consoles, which I am of course playing on, but the main reason is that because I basically skipped the entire ranked match grind due to the online data carrying over, I figure this is the best way to counteract that, as the hours I would have spent doing that will now be spent grinding Zeni. It wouldn't feel fair to cheese out both of the most tedious trophies in this game. There are two optimal ways to grind Zeni in this game, and they're both boring. The first is to grind out story mode battles on hard with the victory Zeni skills equipped. The other is to grind out the Tournament of Power in the FighterZ dojo. This is, in my opinion, the better way to go about this. The 6th tournament here starts everyone at about 30% health, so the battles go by a lot faster. Winning 4 matches gets me 30,000 Zeni, plus an extra 1200 since I get 300 Zeni for each match I win. It's not much, but it adds up over time. There's also a ranking system in the dojo, and each time I rank up, I get 15,000 Zeni. I wish I could tell you how many times I had to do this, since once I hit 100 wins in it, it stops counting. Doing the math, since I started at about 5 million Zeni, to get another 15 million, I have to do 500 of these tournaments. By the end, I was rank 53, so I got 795,000 Zeni from just level ups. Dividing that difference by 31,200, since that's the total amount of Zeni I got from each tournament win, leaves me with about 455 tournaments I have to win, or 1,820 matches, or 5,460 characters beaten, since each match has 3 opponents. Assuming each match takes me about a minute, then it'll take a little over 30 hours of grinding just to get this trophy. Yeah, I hope now you're seeing what I mean when I say this might be the worst grind in any Dragon Ball game. Assuming you do it legit, which I did. Here's me at 15 million, 16 million, 17 million, 18 million, and 19 million in the home stretch. This is the last match of the last tournament. I win and finally get the trophy for collecting 20 million Zeni. I can't believe I did this for a second time. I hope this makes up for me accidentally cheesing the ranked matches. The last 2 trophies are back in practice mode. It's kind of tradition at this point to do any tutorial trophies once I've already done everything else in the game. I have to do all the battle tutorials, which as you can expect, just explains all the game's mechanics. These are also the same ones I had to do in story mode, which is weird since I'm basically being put through them twice. Unironically, I did actually get stuck on one for a bit. I have to use the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron, but the opponents keep dying too fast for me to use them. I had to specifically do smaller combos so they'd survive longer. Besides that, it all went smoothly. Finishing this last fight gets me the trophy for completing all battle tutorials. In this same mode is training. I need to do 5,000 damage in a single combo, and the easiest character to do this with is Beerus. By itself, his ultimate does 5,000 damage exactly. Doing this gets me the trophy for dealing 5,000 damage in a single combo, and because that was the last trophy, I also get the platinum. According to the guides I used, this game should take between 70 and 100 hours to get the platinum. My PS5 says it took me 58 hours. Keep in mind, I did accidentally skip ranked matches, which probably saved me about 10 hours, but then grinded for Zeni legit, which added another 30 hours. This guide's author even says doing the Zeni glitch would knock about 40 hours off the platinum time, which sounds accurate. This might be a hot take, but I could never get into this game, even casually, which might be surprising since I've now platinumed it twice. It just never hooked me. It's still a fun game, just not my cup of tea, especially if we're talking about the platinum. You will not catch me doing this for a 3rd time.